good. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm MTG Budget Brew, and welcome to today's stream. Today, I want to build some decks that do not utilize the colors red nor blue, because apparently in Standard, Izzet is still running very rampant, and I'm sure people are tired of seeing those two colors. So yeah, let's do something else. Now, I won't lie, I took a look at some cards earlier, and based off of some of the decks that I've already made recently, I think the color combination I want to go with is Golgari. I think that's the move. Is the first deck that I made for Secrets of Strixhaven, it was an Izzet deck built around Molten Core Maestro. And then I went with another deck that had red when I made the Spirit deck. I have footage recorded for Orzhov already, so I don't want to go Orzhov. That only leaves... I think that literally only leaves Golgari. Right? I already have an Orzhov deck already made. Izzet? Still need Golgari. Already did Boros. And then Simic also has blue in it. And I said, we're tired of seeing blue. We're tired of seeing red. I think that just leaves Golgari. In which case, I think I already know which card I want to build around. Blech. Loafing Pest. A black and a green for a 3/4 legendary creature pest. It says, whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each pest, bat, insect, snake, and spider you control. I think that's pretty good. I think that gives us a pretty decent range of creature types. Yeah, and I think pests are cool. I think this is the move. I think this is the card we're going to build around. Question is, do I run a full playset of Blech? 3 for sure. 3 for sure. But then do I go with like... Let's see. Professor, he helps us gain life. Professor Delian Fell, 4 mana for a 5 loyalty planeswalker. +2 is you gain 3 life. The 0 is you draw a card and lose 1 life. -3, destroy target creature. -6, you get an emblem with. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That seems pretty good. He only has to be alive for 2 turns for us to ultimate. You +2 him on turn 1. If Blech is already out, which is a very real possibility because you can curve from Blech into Professor. We plus Professor on turn 4. That'll trigger Blech, and then that'll put him up to 7 loyalty counters, which means the following turn we can -6 to get the emblem. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That's a very strong emblem. But then we have slightly less Blech consistency in the deck. It's kind of what our whole deck is being built around. I don't know how much the deck is doing if we don't have a Blech out. I don't know yet. Spirit Frog. Frog is not one of our creature types. We can't use Bogwater, Lumerette. Teacher's Pest, we are definitely running. 2 mana, 1/1 Menace. Whenever this creature attacks, you gain 1 life. You can pay Golgari, return this card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Yeah, that's definitely going in the deck. I'm going to start with the 1 Professor. And then as we finish out the rest of this deck, we'll see what feels right. And then, you know, we'll play test some games. We'll see if we need to make adjustments. One of the first cards that came to mind, though, when I saw Blech was whatever the bat's name is that exiles a card. I can't remember the name of it. Let's go to common, uncommon. Deep Cavern Bat. Deep Cavern Bat on 2 into Blech on 3 is nuts. Deep Cavern Bat is a 2 mana 1/1 flying lifelink. When it enters, look at target opponent's hand. You may exile a non-land card from it until this creature leaves the battlefield. This has flying and lifelink, which means you play this on turn 2, you exile something from your opponent's hand. You now have a flying lifelink creature. On turn 3, you play Blech, swing with a Deep Cavern Bat, gain a life from its lifelink. That triggers Blech. We get to put a +1/+1 counter on every creature that we have so far. which should still hopefully at least be the Deep Cavern Bat. And that's just beautiful. The question is, what are we running on turn 1 though? You know what? I'm gonna pull up EDH Rec. I've been brewing some brawl decks recently, and EDH Rec gives a lot of good recommendations as far as, you know, cards that have good synergy with something like Fletch. The pet mascot is another 3-drop. 3 mana, 2/3 trample. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah, that'll go in. And you know what? I think if we're running a full playset of pest mascot, I think we do just stick. Excuse me. I think we do just stick with the 3 Bletches, because that's already 7 3-drop creatures. That's kind of a lot. We've got that. The Bogwater Lumeret. 2 mana, 2/2 Spirit Frog. Whenever this creature or another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. But it's not the right creature type. It is a Spirit Frog. Why are frogs not included with Bletch? Pest, Bat, Insect, Snake, and Spider. Yeah, I'm going to see if there's any 1-drop creatures like that sound good. That's a pretty good creature, actually. Ooh, Winding Constrictor is sick. If 1 or more counters be placed on an artifact or creature you control, that many of those counters +1 are placed on that permanent instead. If you get 1 or more counters, you get that many of those counters +1 instead. Winding Constrictor is kind of nuts, actually. We have a lot of 2-drops in the deck right now, though. I probably reduce the amount of Teacher's Pest down to 2. Do I run a full playset of Winding Constrictor, though? Maybe. I want turn 1 creatures that can gain us life. So I guess I should just look into that. Gain life. You know what? Let's go with Scryfall. I think Scryfall will just be better for this, because there's a lot of creature types that we want to include. Let's go with gain life, creature, so we want anything that is a pest, a bat, insect, snake, or spider. Jesus, there's so many. Okay, gain life, all of these. Colors, black and green. Arena legal, historic legal, common, uncommon. It's a very specific search. No cards found. I don't know if adding the multiple creature types means that I'm including it. I don't know if I'm searching right now. Oh, let's see. Allow partial type matches. Maybe that's what I needed to click. Let's see, gain life. Okay, that is what... No, that's... No, I don't need partial types. If I get rid of gain life. No, it's trying to include every creature type. That's not it. Is or is not. Choose any card type, super type, or subtypes to match. Click the is or not button to toggle between including and excluding a type. Well, if I go allow partial type matches, that brings too many options, right? Why are there 2,000? And why is a worm being included? Why is the beholder being included? This was supposed to be easier, not harder. That's annoying. There's just no good way to search this up. I have to do it creature by creature, because that would suck. All right, whatever. We'll do it creature by creature. Gain life is a bat. Let's see what we've got. Blight Keeper, 1 mana, 1/1, bat, imp, flying. You can pay 8, tap, sack this. Target opponent loses 4 life and you gain 4 life. It's kind of cool. It is a 1-drop bat that we can run. Let's see. Pest. There's only these 3 that say gain life. We already have some of those. Pest, bat, let's go. Insect. There was a landfall insect that I saw that would be cool, but I think it was a 2-drop. Yes, it's this one. Eumidian Terra Botanist. 2 mana, 2/3 insect druid. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life. I like the idea of it, but we have a lot of 2-drops already. Haywire Mite is kind of sick, actually. 1 mana, 1/2 insect. When it dies, you gain 3 life. You can pay a green, sack this, exile target non-creature, artifact, or non-creature enchantment. Haywire Mite's kind of dope. Mutable Pupa. It's an alchemy card, which I don't love, but this might be good. 1 mana, 1/1, evolve. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature perpetually gains flying if that creature has flying. The same is true for first strike, double strike, death touch, haste, hexproof, indestructible, lifelink, menace, reach, trample, and vigilance. That's a really good card. Which is not that surprising because alchemy is kind of nuts. All right, I don't love running alchemy cards, but this is just, it's so good for our deck. And I don't have a hard rule about not running alchemy cards. So Mutable Pupa, that's in. I think I want one more 1-drop. We already looked at pest, bat, insects. Let's take a look at snakes and spiders. And then we should be good. There's only 1 snake that says gain life. Okay. Don't need that. And what about spider? Let's see, another 2-drop, obelisk spider. Whenever 1 or more -1/-1 counters. Whenever you put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on creature, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Now, Skyfisher Spider is nuts. I don't remember that it gained life though. 4 mana, 3/3 reach. When it enters, you may sack another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. When Skyfisher Spider dies, you may gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard. If you do, exile Skyfisher Spider from your graveyard. It's not bad either. The Clutter Cluster. 2 mana, 2/3 Spider Hero. When this enters, when the Clutter Cluster enters, if they were cast using Enweb, you gain 3 life and create 2/1 green Spider creature tokens with reach. Enweb for 6. So without the Enweb, it's just a 2 mana, 2/3. Or we make it a 6-drop, and then we get some more spiders. I don't hate it as like a 2-of. Same with the Skyfisher Spider. I think I want to run some cheap removal like Cut Down in the deck. We have a lot of 2-drops already, but this could be some really cool late game presence. Skyfisher is really good removal. Oh, man, there's so many 2-drops. All right, let me add a full playset of Cut Down to the deck and see what that looks like. We're at 50 cards. So let's go Skyfisher. Go 2 of those. 2 of the clusters. Let's go with some more removal that can also gain us life. Witherbloom Charm. You may sacrifice a permanent. If you do, draw 2 cards, or you can gain 5 life, or you can destroy a target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Grapple Death. 3 mana. Destroy target artifact or creature. You gain 1 life. Mortality Spear. 4 mana. Costs 2 less to cast if you gain life this turn. Destroy target non-land permanent. What about the Spear? The Spear I think is good, but only assuming that we have enough ways to gain life. which I'm worried that we're lacking in. We need more ways to gain life on turn 4 right after Bletch. Go gain life, 4 mana. Let's see what comes up. Oh, you know what? We're not even running a lot of the pest cards yet. Lewin, Exchange Student, seems pretty good. 4 mana, 3/4, Elf Druid. Enters prepared. Exile creature card from a graveyard. Lewin becomes prepared. Activate only as a sorcery. For 1 mana, you get Pest Friend Sorcery. Create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain 1 life. Yeah, where are my pest cards actually? Our pest tokens are great ways to gain life. And also they're pests. Nothing in the 1-drop slot is a bummer. Send in the Pest is a 2-drop. Each opponent discards a card. You create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain 1 life. Or Hunt for Specimens, 2 mana sorcery. Create a 1/1 black and green pet. Create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token dies, you gain 1 life. And you also get to learn. Essence Knit Scholar, another 3-drop. 3 mana, 3/1. Once enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with whenever this token attacks, you gain 1 life. Beginning of your end step, if creature died under your controller's turn, draw a card. So what if I get rid of the cluster? If I take those out, could run a playset of Send in the Pest. Lewin's not really going to be a 4-drop that can gain us life. We wouldn't be able to gain life until turn 5 with Lewin. Because if we cast this on 4, we obviously don't have the 5th mana for Pest Friend. So we can't cast that part. Pestbrute Sloth, 4 mana, 4/4, Plant Sloth with Reach. Once creature dies, create 2 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with whenever this token attacks, you gain 1 life. It's the same thing. This needs, that one has to die to be useful. There's no smaller pests. It's a little bit of a bummer. If I add in the 2 copies of Lewin, what else am I doing? Professor of Zoomancy, 4 mana, 4/3. When it enters, create a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with when this token dies, you gain 1 life. I'm just going to add in the 2 copies of Lewin, and then I'm going to go with something to draw. I want a little bit of draw in the deck. We have some in the form of who? Thought we had draw in the deck already. I guess not. Oh, I was thinking of Essence Knit Scholar. I think if your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Sheshra Death's Whisper. 3 mana, 1/4. When this enters, target creature blocks this turn if it able. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. Maybe it's just 2 copies of Witherbloom Charm. Let's go with that. And then, let's see. Definitely want a full playset of Jungle Hollow. That's a really good and easy way for us to gain life. Actually, man, maybe we should be running the Landfall. I'm gonna scrap the whole deck already. I am. All right. We've got an idea. So there's a Landfall insect that gains you life. There's 2 of them, actually. We have this one, which is new, the Terror Botanist. Then there's also Kazandu Nectar Pot. 2 mana, 1/3. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life. Whenever land you control enters, you gain 1 life. We could lean more heavily into a Landfall insect deck. Let's see. This Landfall says whenever land you control enters, put +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So let's see. If I run a full playset of the Botanist, which is literally just a better version of Kazandu Nectar Pot because it has 1 more power. Go a full playset of you. If I look up Pest, color are you actually? There's also Blex, which I just kind of ignored. 3 mana, 3/2 legendary creature pest. Other pests, bats, insects, snakes, inspires you control get +1/+1. When Blex dies, you gain 4 life. Why are we not running this as the 4th copy? 1 Blex, 3 Bletch is. Those will be our rares. Let's see. Pest Mascot. I will run a full playset of those. And now we're like good on 3 drops. We don't need any more. Lewin, I will still throw in 2 copies of you. Do I want 2 copies of Essence Knit Scholar? We have 8 3 drops already. That's a lot. Or we have we have 8. Yeah, we can't afford any more 3 drops. It's too much. So we go with those. Now, it was the sacrifice lands that spoke out to me. See, Rivashear's Overlook. When it enters, you sacrifice it. You gain a life from this. And then this would allow us to get double landfall triggers in the same turn, which is crazy. Rivashear's Overlook. When it enters, sack it when you do search the library for basic swamp, mountain, or forest. Swamp and forest. That's what we need for this deck. I can't remember if there's a second one that works in the colors that we need. Maestros. Swamp, mountain, island. No. Swamp, plains. No. Mountain, forest, plains. No. Forest, plains, island. No. I think that's it. I think it's those 4. Cycling, no. Okay, that's good. We'll go with those. And then we run maybe the full playset of the Jungle Hollows. If we're running this many tapped lands, our 1-drops matter less. If we're running a bunch of tapped lands, we can afford to not run a bunch of 1-drops. What's the other landfall insect? Xandu Nectar Pot. I throw in 2 of those. I think that would be good. We have 6 of these 2-drops now. 1 slightly better than the other. Okay. I'm liking this so far. Deep Cavern Bat, I think, is still crazy as a 2-drop. I think turn 2 Deep Cavern Bat into turn 3 Bletch is just gross. What 1 drops? I think Cut Down would still be really good as a 1-drop. Dude, I don't even remember what other cards I was considering. Skyfisher Spider. I like the Spider better if we have more pest tokens, but right now we don't have a lot of pest tokens. The fact that there's nothing on turn 1 really sucks. Why are there no turn 1 pests? There's 10 to the pests. 2 mana instant. As an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice a creature, create X 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens with. When this token dies, you gain 1 life, where X is a sacrifice creature's power. Is that worth running? I don't know, man. I don't know. Part of me now wants to just run full playset of Pest Brute Sloth. Having more 4-drops just seems solid. I want the Sloth. I want to test out the Sloth. I'm gonna run full playset of that. I guess we just go with more 2-drops. I'm gonna go with Send in the Pest. That seems really good. So what's left? What else do I need or want to add in the deck? More draw would be good. It could just be where's the charm? Here it is. It could just be Witherbloom Charms. You go 2 of these and then 2 of the Mortality Spears. Mortality Spear hits non-land permanent. That's really good. How's our ratio? 69%, 67. Pretty good ratio. Almost exactly even. 8 swamps, 8 forests, 4 jungle hollows, 4 riveteers, overlooks. Yeah, I think this might be it. Okay. So apparently I was trying to do too much with the Winding Constrictor in there too. It's a great snake card. It is a phenomenal card. But I think it was just doing too much. If I was running more rares, actually, is there a common or uncommon version of Hardened Scales? Because that would be sick to potentially have on turn 1. Yes, Fallout version is an uncommon, I think. It's hard for me to tell. I think it's an uncommon. No, it's still a rare. Bummer. All right, we're going first. We can keep this opening hand. We'll start with the turn 1 Riveteer's Overlook. We use this to go fetch a forest. Turn 2, we drop our swamp, and we probably just set up the Kazandu Nectar Pot. Nectar Pot, maybe I end up dropping from the deck, and we just go with the playset of the other insect. Hello, opponent. We can destroy Champion of the Perished later if we need to. I'm going to start by setting up the Kazandu Nectar Pot. Hopefully we hit a land so we can play Bletch on turn 3. Maybe, yeah. I don't think I super love Nectar Pot. It's awkward if we don't have 3 lands in our hand. If we top deck another Riveteer's Overlook or any of our lands that gain a life right now, it'd be good. Jeez, all 3 copies of Bletch is ridiculous. I'm going to sack our Nectar Pot. I'm going to draw 2 cards. And there's the land that we needed, and it's a turn late. That feels horrible. Okay. So next turn, we still can't even double cast. Diagraph Colossus, can I kill you? So I have to choose between either killing Diagraph Colossus right now or Champion of the Parish. I guess we'll just cut down the Diagraph Colossus. But that sucks. We just had the wrong color. Dude, our mana base is fucking us right now. Like, super bad. We were going to be late to draw into our lands. So we had to sack our creature to draw into our 3rd land. And now we have double green instead of double black. So I couldn't have killed the Champion of the Parish. And we don't hit the fucking land. That was horrible. That was god awful. That was some of the worst draws I've ever seen. I don't even know what just happened there, but that was bad. Okay, definitely didn't want to see Sloth there. I don't like the Kazandu Nectar Pot. Let's see. Teacher's Pest would probably be good. Yeah, I'm throwing a full playset of that. Cram Session. 2 mana, you gain 4 life, and you get to learn. Having a sideboard of lessons wouldn't be terrible, right? Ooh, there's a lot more lessons now, actually. I forgot that we got a bunch with the Avatar set. That's interesting. We could make our deck a learn deck. We could run a full playset of Eye Twitch, hunt for specimens, and run 2 copies of Cram Session. And this deck is really kicking my ass right now. Okay, you know, I'm just going to go up to a full playset of Teacher's Pest. I'm going to try out the deck again, see what's wrong. What still doesn't feel great. And then I will consider going into, like, nothing but learning. This is hard. You know, this deck was giving me trouble with Brawl as well. It took me a lot of tries to get the Golgari deck right. And I don't even know that I completely got a good deck list. Yeah, I had to play twice as many matches with the Golgari deck. And went 6-5 overall in the end with the final version. It's like, okay. Jungle Hollow on 1. Okay, see, this is what I mean. This is really good, but only if we have the 3 lands to start with. Turn 2, we can get down the Terra Botanist. Turn 3, we could Riveteer's Overlook. Yeah, we get to gain life. However, we don't, because we're playing a tapped land, we don't have anything that benefits from that life gain. I don't know, it's just weird. I'm gonna play the Deep Cavern Bat. Maybe I don't like the landfall. Let's get rid of probably Heartflame Duelist. It's between that or the Inspiring Veteran. But I guess he could just Justice Strike us. Chose not to. Let's see. He's gonna end up killing our bat next turn, more than likely. We can cut down his Inspiring Veteran right now. I'm gonna cast this. I'm not gonna cast this. I'm gonna play that for turn. We're gonna grab a Swamp. Cut down the 2/2. Swing in. Yeah, the Terra Botanist does not feel good. I'm gonna move away from the landfall aspect of the deck. There's a Justice Strike. Give me a land. You don't give me the land. It feels horrible. We're just gonna play a 2/3 trample. Right now we have no way to gain life. Need to hit a land drop. We don't hit the land drop. Feels awesome. Feels good. We're running a very normal amount of 24 lands, so that feels great. Loving that. Conclave Tribunal. There goes our pest mascot. No blocks. All right. This is not working at all. All right. Let's get rid of all of this. So we're going to go. I don't even know, dude. The fact that there's no 1-drop pests, aside from like a changeling, is really fucking this up. Let me look at my changelings. Changeling Outcast is good. Other than that, man, it's not even a green 1-drop changeling. Could run Universal Automaton. Could go Automaton. We could go Changeling Outcast. We could run the Deep Cavern Bat. Oh my god. Could run the Deep Cavern Bat. We then go with Ledge. We go with a full play set. We add 2-drop spells that cast or that create pest tokens. Probably send in the pest. This one's just significantly better because your opponent has to discard a card. Here we go. Full play set of Send in the Pest. Full play set of Deep Cavern Bat for 2. We have full play set of Bletch on 3. If I want more 3-drops, what do I go with? Two Essence Knit Scholars and then maybe 2 Pest Summonings. And then how are we gaining life on 4? You don't technically gain us life. Skyfisher can, but only if we sacrifice one of our creatures. But that defeats the purpose of trying to gain the life. because we're trying to gain the life to put a counter on our creature, and if we're sacrificing our creature, then it's not there to receive the +1/+1 counter. So like, what is the point? Old Growth Educator, 4 mana, 4/4 Vigilance Reach. When this creature enters, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it if you gain life this turn. That one maybe works, but I was hoping for a way to gain life on 4. Agonizing Siphon, 4 mana, deal 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. Vulcan Wrath, Noble, 4 mana, 2/2 Vampire Noble. When this creature or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Is there anything? Revenge of Ravens, kind of. I'm not loving these. Sephiroth's Intervention, destroy target creature, you gain 2 life. I don't hate it for our curve. I really don't. Obstinate Baloth is not a creature type that we care about. Pest Brood Sloth does not gain us life the turn that it enters. Yeah, none of these are in the creature types that we want. Yeah, I don't love these. Crazy. I'm going to go with 2 copies of Sephiroth's Intervention. I'm going to do 2 copies of that. A playset of Cut Down. I could go with 1 Containment Breach. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Its mana value is 2 or less. It's conditional to create the pest. You have to destroy something that's mana value 2 or less. That's so ass. What about Tend the Pest? Sack a creature, create X 1/1 pests, where X is a sacrifice creature's power. Do we have anything that we'd realistically want to sacrifice? Like maybe the Old Growth Educator? That could be pretty big. It could be a 4 mana 6/6. Maybe I just go up to a 3rd pest summoning and then throw in 1 Tend the Pests. Then we go with the Jungle Hollows to gain life and the Sacrifice Lands. Sacrifice Forest. And do I want a full playset of River Tears? We have 12 1-drops. It's kind of a lot. I wonder if the Jungle Hollows are enough. I'm going to throw in 2. Ratio 39-89. Pretty heavy in the black. I'm going to go with 10 swamps and 8 forests, though. Pretty... Actually, it's not super important, actually, that we have both colors on turn 2. We don't need both colors of mana until turn 3. I'll go 12 swamps, 6 forests, 4 jungle hollows, and 2 Riveteers Overlook. And let's try this again. All right, this deck list is definitely a lot more clean, a lot more concise. But yeah, that's it. No but. It's a lot cleaner. It's a lot more concise. The game plan should be super consistent. Question is, does it curve out well? Does the curve feel good? Does it, I don't know, develop a good board? The kind of board that we're looking for. Okay, we can keep this. I think I start with the River Tears Overlook. Snatch a forest now while we can. I kind of want to hold on to one of these other lands, either the Jungle Hollow or the River Tears Overlook for later. Send in the pest. We make our opponent discard a card, and then we get to create a pest. That's great. So now we're set up for Old Growth Educator on turn 4, actually. Fuck, we just missed out on being able to cut down the Ajani's Pride Mate. And I'm really pissed that our first game is against mono white life gain. Like, that's so lame. Jungle Hollow now. Cut down the Sanctifier, I guess. No attacks. I know we're gaining life too, but dude, mono white's so fucking boring to play against. Arabo, it's fine. I'm definitely going to Deep Cavern Bat his hand. Guess I'll get rid of Prideful Parent. No attacks. Okay, next turn we can play Old Growth Educator. No, we have to go land first. We drop our land, go into Old Growth Educator, and it's at 6/6. This, we grab Swamp, Old Growth Educator. 6/6, it's a big boy. We can swing with Deep Cavern Bat, so we deal 1, we go up 1. Yeah. If he has a combat trick, that's going to be really annoying. I think he does. I think the one that gives +2/+2. No? He didn't have the one that gives +2/+2 to all cats? I guess not. You can play Bletch here. Forest. Drop Pest Summoning. Could swing in. You have Vigilance, which is fucking awesome. Do I swing with a Deep Cavern Bat? Probably not. Bring in the 6/6, set our opponent down to 14. We have just enough blockers to be able to block his whole board. Do I get greedy here? You block there, you block there. One of these does not survive. Go token for token. No, I'm going to be greedy. When these die, we are going to gain life. I'm going to keep the Deep Cavern Bat so he doesn't get more resources. We lose our big guy, which sucks. Bletch and our Deep Cavern Bat get bigger. We can play the Essence Knit Scholar. Definitely swinging in with at least Deep Cavern Bat to gain the 3 life and put a +1/+1 counter on 3 of our creatures. It's pretty good. Wedding Announcement. Okay. And our opponent scoops. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. That was good. I did not think we were going to win that match, but we got there. That's good. That was a very good game 1. Hell yeah. What did I add in as our 2 1-ups for the deck? Tend to pass, and there has to be something else that's at 1 or 3. Pest summoning. I could cut the 10 to pests and cut one of the pest summonings and go two of the charms. That might be a good move. Here we could go turn 1, Changeling Outcast. Turn 2, Changeling Outcast plus Riveteer's Overlook to grab our green source. Our opponent has like a shock or a play with fire. He's going to use it. There's a shock, which you should not have in your deck at all because play with fire exists and it's just so much better. And there's really no reason to run both. All right, Raphael scares me a little bit. I'm gonna Deep Cavern Bat his hand. Oh wow, let's grab that Lightning Strike. He's got another Raphael in his hand and an Impact Tremors. Probably sets up Impact Tremors there. Yep. Swing Raphael. I take the 1. We Riveteer's Overlook here. We grab our Forest. We play Universal Automaton. Changeling Outcast. Swing 1 in the air. Gain a life. Go up to 21. Next turn, we have the 4th land that we need, or Old Growth Educator, which is sick. We swing with Deep Cavern Bat first, so we gain a life. And then this will enter as a 6/6. And assuming our opponent doesn't develop anything with the card that he just drew, honestly, he probably scoops. Yeah. All right. 2 for 2. That's not bad. Yeah. That's not bad. I'm going to go take a leak. And then we're going to change out the card sleeves and the avatar for our deck. Oh, you know what? I forgot that I was going to make a change to the deck as well. I just got new sleeves, which are dope. We're going to throw those bad boys on. I have the new companion. Actually, that's not the one that came with the bundle. This one, I thought I already had Abigail, actually. One of these was in the bundle that I just bought. I think it was Abigail. But I already had Abigail, so maybe I got a discount for that bundle. Anyway, I was going to say, these owls are super ugly, and I hate them. So we're not going to use that. We are running some changelings in the deck. I'm going to run the changeling. The bear, the lion, the moose. Or the goblin. I'm going to go with the goblin. Honestly, Yargle's pretty fitting. Let's go ahead and throw Dina on. Yeah, I want to cut 1 pest summoning. I want to cut the tend to pests. I want to add the charm. I don't know why I'm blanking on the names right now. Witherbloom. I want 2 Witherbloom charms in the deck. Because the only other draw we have in the deck is the Essence Knit Scholar, which is not guaranteed draw. Yeah, and then the charm is just super flexible, right? You may sack a permanent if you do, draw 2 cards, or we can gain 5 life, or it's more removal. Yeah, that's just good. All right. Let me pull up my stats real quick. We are 2-0. Pretty good start. Our goal is to get 10 wins. My goal to get 10 wins. That seems like a lot of games. It is. Our goal is to get 10 wins while still maintaining a positive win rate. Wow, I can't believe... I need to make that Orzhov deck. I forgot that with that deck, I went on a crazy win streak. I went on a 13-game win streak. It's like the second longest win streak I've ever had. Hello, opponent. Turn 1, we can hold up the cut down. We don't have anything to do on 2, so I am going to hold down. I am going to hold up the cut down. Nothing happened. Get the Jungle Hollow down now, and we can still hold up the cut down. They do nothing. That is fine. We're going to go with, I think, the pest summoning. Let's make 2 1/1 pests, and then I don't see a way that we can gain life for the educator. So I'm just going to play Essence Knit Scholar. That'll make another pest. Damn, I should have used Scholar on 3. If I used the Scholar on 3, we would have had the pest that gains a life when you attack. On that attack, we would have been able to follow up with the Old Growth Educator. I have no idea what our opponent's doing, by the way. We gain a life on this attack. We now get to play Old Growth Educator. 6/6, Reach, Vigilance. End the turn, we hold up the cut down. If he board wipes here, I'm gonna be sad. But he doesn't have double white, so I don't see that happening. He also doesn't have double red. Single target removal, that's very likely. Tedzimok, that is interesting. He put a prey counter on our Old Growth Educator. Let's see. Thran, Temporal Gateway. What do I want to do here? Swing 9, 10, 11. Oh, wait, it's lethal. I was thinking too hard. We had lethal on board. All right, well, you know, that was a very boring game. Very anticlimactic. Nothing happened. Our opponent did literally nothing. But a dub's a dub, you know? Okay, opponent goes first. We have Bletch on 3, which is nice. Do I have to? Oh my god, life gain again, dude. Why does this game hate me so much? Do I think in the next 2 turns I will find another land? I will try for it. Regal Bunicorn. Unicorn? I don't know. We're going to kill this with Witherbloom Charm. We're going to destroy target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less because that thing is scary. He's probably another Heir Apparent deck. Wow. Whoever could have called that. All right. We're just going to not play this game, and I'm not going to count it. This is not a real game, and I need to pull up my notes for these matches. Because I hate playing mono white life gain so much. It puts me in such an annoying mood, and I don't care about beating them or teching my deck specifically to beat life gain. So let's see. Game 1 was good. Game 2. Was boring. Game 2 win. Boring. Okay. Game 4. It's not going to count because that was not a real game. All right, let's go again. So right now we are currently 3-0. And I know that sounds like a cop-out. If I just choose what opponents to not play, then, you know, it should make my win rate a lot better. Like, it's the worst matchup ever, dude. All the time. So boring. My opponent wins by doing literally nothing, having 0 thought in their deck at all. It just sucks. And it's annoying that you can still lose to mono white life gain. Quite easily, actually. Okay. We have Bletch on 3. I'm going to be super greedy here. I'm going to start with a turn 1, a Changeling Outcast. The reason this is super greedy is because I'm hoping that we find a 3rd untapped land by the time we play Bletch. If not, we're going to have to play him off curve, which sucks. But turn 2, we're going to cast Send in the Pest. Our opponent will have to discard, and then we'll create a Pest. He discarded a Nasty End. As additional cost to cast a spell, sack creature, draw 2. If it was legendary, draw 3 instead. That's kind of cool. Palantir, I hate Palantir decks, man. I don't hate them, but they are annoying. Ooh, and my greed pays off. Down comes Bletch on 3. On this attack, we gain life. Our whole board gets +1/+1 counter. Beautiful. And next turn, we play one of our lands to gain us more life. Also beautiful. Opponent played Easterling Vanguard, 2 mana, 2/1. When it dies, amass Orcs 1. Alright, gonna lose life. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna play Changeling Outcast here. Let's go River Tears Overlook. We're gonna go grab a swamp. We gain another life. Our whole board gets bigger. On this attack, our 3/3 pest will gain us another life. Everything gets bigger again. We got a 4/4, a 4/4, and a 6/7. Shut up. We connect for damage. We set our opponent down to 7. They blocked with their creature, so when it dies, they got to amass orcs 1. We are in a phenomenal spot. Our opponent amass orcs 2. For this Palantir, I can let him draw because we have lethal on board. So opponent draws a card. He does have 2 mana up with the treasure. And we could kill his 3/3, but I don't think it matters. On this attack, we get another trigger. Bletch is gonna buff the whole board again. Actually, I'm gonna use Sephiroth's intervention. I'm gonna kill the 3/3 just to rub it in just a little bit. Could have played our land too. Still could have played Jungle Hollow. Our whole board could be bigger by another 1/1. Target creature of your choice gains indestructible or lifelink. If you chose indestructible, it's not going to be enough to save him. He blocks our 8/9. He takes 12, 17 damage, goes to -10. It's pretty good. That is pretty good. Sick. We're now currently 4-0 with the deck. Sick. It took us a while to get to the right deck list, but it's feeling good now. Ah. It's rude. Okay, so we're gonna have to mulligan here. Keep 6, get rid of the Sephiroths. Alright, we're fine, we're chilling. As long as we find land number 3, we'll be fine. It's pretty good. Do I start with the swamp to hold up the cut down? Yes. Maybe. If he doesn't play a creature, then I'm gonna be upset. Play a creature? Tim Bear, play a creature. Tim, you son of a bitch. All right, let's get down the Changeling Outcast and the Universal Automaton. Is he going to shock something? Is he going to play with fire or something? No, maybe, possibly, maybe. No. All right. I appreciate the suspense, my guy. Boulder Dash deals 2 damage to any target and 1 damage to any other target. Well, that's fun for me. So we're just going to play an Essence Knit Scholar. 3/1. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. And we got to make a 1/1 pest. If he has a second one of those, we have nothing. We are out of gas. Kindle Spark Duo is a phenomenal card for us to see right here. All right. So we can send in the pest, make our opponent discard something, and we get to create another pest creature token. And then we get to kill this Kindle Spark Duo with cut down. And our opponent's just going to be having like a really bad day. Got rid of an Otter. Valley Flood Caller. I'll drop the Jungle Hollow, swing in for 3. No, swing in for 4, set our opponent down to 16. I'm still worried that he's going to have a second Boulder Dash. If he does, our board is really not doing anything. We could top deck a Bletch or an Old Growth Educator. I think those would be our best top decks. Deep Cavern Bat would be rude, so I wouldn't mind that either. Our opponent might be missing land drops. He did miss a land drop. Okay, so let's see. If I swing here, does he trade with the Essence Knit Scholar? Let's find out. We have to swing first so we can gain the life. I guess I didn't have to trade the Scholar, but I am going to offer the trade. Is he going to be greedy and only kill a 1/1? Yes, he is, which means we got to connect for 3 more damage. So our opponent down to 12. Old Growth Educator comes in. It's going to get the 2+1/+1 counters because we gain life. And we get to draw a card because of Essence Knit Scholar. It's all beautiful, phenomenal synergy. Get a 6/6 Vigilance Reach. And we got to draw a card. It was a good turn. Oh, I didn't even think about the fact that our opponent did not have access to blue mana until just then. And I saw that he had blue in the deck. That's rough, buddy. Do I have that voice line? No. I do have... Oh, I do. I did have, that's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
Alright, he's gonna cast Road Rage, kill our Scholar, which is a bummer. He's gonna tap his Kindle Spark Duo, so we take 1. We're going to cast Ascendant the Pest. We're going to make our opponent discard another card. Discarded a Prismari the Inspiration. We'll swing in for 7 here. Set our opponent down to 5 or up to 23. And I did drop our final Forest. No, I don't feel like bluffing that we may or may not have interaction in our hand. It's fine. I will show my hand. Our opponent just cast Season of the Bold, and they made 3 treasures. And what? Exile the top 2 cards of your library. These are tapped treasures. Alright, well, it's just game over. Well, that is another win for us. Did I have fun? I did. I had a pleasant time. Tim Bear was kind of playing a little bit slower than I think he needed to. But, you know, I'm not mad. Currently 5-0 with the deck. Pretty good. It's pretty good. We're already halfway done. All right, we go first. So we definitely want to cast Deep Cavern Bat on 2. So I guess we're just starting with a Jungle Hollow. Could go Riveteer's Overlook. Let's go Riveteer's Overlook. Let's grab a Swamp. Swamp. Then turn 2, we probably just bat. Could also go double Universal Automaton. Played Silver Raven. If he scries to the top, then I will hold off on the bat. Because he's going to draw into whatever it is he wants. And if he cannot cast it this next turn, then hopefully we're able to exile whatever it is that he moved into his hand, you know. Pilfering Hawk, okay. Looks like it's birds versus pests. Plus a bat. Oh, wow. Second Deep Cavern Bat is extremely rude. We'll cast 1 right now. I'll grab one of his Frost Tricksters. Say no attacks. It's got Moonfolk, Puzzle Maker, 3 mana, 1/4 flying. Whenever this creature becomes tapped, scry 1. I've never seen anyone use this card in ever. I have seen people use Frost Trickster, and I have used Frost Trickster. It is the better version of Frost Lynx, which is the exact same card, except Frost Lynx does not have flying. Ooh, this is exactly what we needed to see. Here's a Bletch. We're gonna play our Jungle Hollow. Creatures are now 2/2s. I could swing the Deep Cavern Bat, which will give us more life gain. He's gonna block with a Frost Trickster. He's gonna get his other Frost Trickster back, but the rest of our board will get +1/+1 counters and are now better able to contest the rest of his board. He'll get to tap down our Bletch for a turn. That's fine. That is no big deal. Top deck a land, we can pest summoning into Deep Cavern Bat. If not, we probably just Deep Cavern Bat. Take whatever card he draws off the top here. Alright, pass. This can tap to do what? Pay a snow mana, tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay. Essence Knit Scholar. I'm going to bat. Let's grab this Frost Trickster. Swing 2 of our 3/3s. You can choose to double block 1. There he goes. And I will actually kill the Pilfering Hawk. I can let him cycle through his deck. So I'll get rid of that. I'm not too concerned about him having a 2/2 body because we are going to outpace his creatures. We're just going to outgrow them and it'll be fine. When it enters what? No, it's not even on any ETB. Do you get this cry? It's only when you tap it. That's rough. He's going to consider here. Surveil 1, draw card. Kept the card on top. Okay. Another Silver Raven. I don't know why he's... I don't know what he's running. There's got to be some payoff that he has in the deck for running all of these cheap flyers. But in mono blue, I don't know what that card is. Let's see. I could get an extra draw if I play Essence Knit Scholar and then swing with a Deep Cavern Bat. Because he definitely blocks. He blocks to get the trade and get his Frost Trickster back. It's another +1 counter for our board. plus a draw for me, so I don't mind. Jungle Hollow for next turn is sick. Drop the Pest Summoning, drop the Jungle Hollow, and from there we just swing. Or maybe we take a turn off. Don't swing because we got the Bletch. Gonna swing 3 in the air. Scries 1 card to the bottom. Next turn, we're swinging 8 damage at him. Ninjutsu, really? He ninjutsu's in a Moon Circuit Hacker. When it deals combat damage to a player, scry 2, then draw a card. Discard a card unless this creature entered this turn. Interesting. He scries 2 to the top. Plays a land, okay. Ooh, the Educator's real nice. Do I play that right now? Yeah. We go Jungle Hollow. Counters across the board. Play the Old Growth Educator, which will now be a 6/6 with reach. We swing a 3/3 and a 5/5, and he cannot block them. Oh yeah, on the attack we gain more life as well. Yeah, and our opponent scoops. There's just no way. Wow. Aside from the one mono white life gain opponent match that I'm not counting, we're 6-0. Still undefeated. 3 mana 4/2 goblin. When this creature dies, if it had a -1/-1 counter on it, return to the battlefield under its owner's control and it loses all abilities. Ah, it's like a persist creature, but worse. All right, here we are in another game. I'm gonna turn 1 Universal Automaton. Mono white life gain, not counting it. Give me 1 sec. My dogs were tripping out. All right, I'm back. I don't know why my dogs are tripping out. All right, currently we're 6-0. That's good. Means we only need 4 more wins, and then I'm done. And then I gotta have so much fun editing this. A lucky me. This is an awkward opening hand. We start with the Jungle Hollow. Then I think next turn I go Swamp into Universal Automaton. It's a greedy play, but I think it might be the right one. It is now the right one. We go Universal Automaton. Next turn, I think I go Essence Knit Scholar. And then on turn 4, we Bletch. We should be able to get 2 life gain triggers that way. We go Essence Knit, which will make the 1/1 pest that gains life on attack. Fuck. All right. Well, there goes everything. Okay. I think that was the better of the options for us. Is this a 1-drop? All right, we're gonna go Pest Summoning here. Say no attacks. Next turn, I go Bletch into Jungle Hollow, assuming we still have everything in our hand. Suspicious. He does have blue mana available. He could be running counter spells. If he counters his Bletch, I would be very upset. Bletch does not get countered. We drop the Jungle Hollow. Our board is going to get +1/+1 counters. Gonna cut down Universal Automaton. Bummer. Second removal spell? Sheoldred's Edict. Jesus. All right, fuck it. I'll swing our 2 1/1s. Opponent goes down to 18. That was crazy. So, you know what? I think we're supposed to swap our lands. Because if that had been a River Tears Overlook instead of a Jungle Hollow, the life gain trigger wouldn't be on the stack for him to respond to. River Tears Overlook would have to finish gaining the life, which means the Bletch stack would have to go on the trigger. It's very interesting. All right, we're going to Bletch here. It's going to proliferate. We're going to get a second poison counter put on us. That's interesting. I am going to have to make that change to the deck. Sacrifice lands are better than the Jungle Hollows. We're going to cast Send in the Pest. Try to make him discard something. He discarded a Binding of the Old Gods. We'll say no attacks. He probably has another removal spell in his deck. Fabled Passage, okay. I can't remember if I have these sleeves or not. Yeah, he had second Binding of the Old Gods. Man, this is a very long, grindy, boring game that I'm ready to concede. All right, we're just gonna sit here and top deck. That's it. It's my least favorite way to play Magic. Four removal spells we've seen from him. I am counting Intimidation Tactics as removal. It is your go, homie. You got one card in your hand. Wow, I waited all that time for him to just play Vraska from his hand. You serious? Why did you have to think about that for even a millisecond? Okay, here goes Bletch number 3 for our deck. Jesus. I put +2/+2 on everything. Everything will become 3 3s, swinging it all face. At least one of them, I assumed at least one of them would get blocked by his Bilious Skulldweller, but no, he takes all 9 damage. He goes down to 6. It seemed a little bit greedy. He probably minus his Vraska here to get rid of Bletch. Yep, turns Bletch into an artifact. It's going to proliferate, put us up to 4 poison counters. We'll go up to 5, 6, 7, 8. He'll need to proliferate 2 more times or put another +1/+1 or another toxic one on the board. Oh, he's unselecting our creatures right now. They were already not selected for proliferate targets, but he had a double check. He can't swing out here. If he swings out, he dies. He swings just the Phyresis Roach, puts us up to 6. That was the worst top deck we could have seen. If I swing out and he has another removal spell, we lose. If I held 1 back, I would have a blocker for his Phyresis Roach, but if I held 1 black, then we also still just lose to a removal spell. But then you'd have an extra draw from turn and an extra draw for Vraska next turn anyway. So it makes more sense to just go for it. The fact that I don't have a blocker to play from my hand, though, is upsetting. He has 1 card in hand. If it's anything useful at all, Serum Snare, there it is. Then we lose this because I just kept drawing into land. So it's awesome and super great. Okay, we lost that game. We seriously lost that because our land was wrong. I genuinely believe that. So now we got to go to the deck and we got to swap out 2 Jungle Hollows and go up 2 copies of River Tears Overlook. Because that caused us to miss out on at least 2 +1/+1 counters, if I remember correctly. All right, we are now 6-1. That was our first real loss so far with this deck. And it was still kind of close, but I am salty about it. All right, so turn 1, we're going to go Changeling Outcast. Turn 2, probably just send in the Pest. And we will go from there. Watery Grave, don't love to see it. How very boring. We're going to send in the Pest, which our opponent will probably counter. They do not counter. They do discard a Snapcaster Mage. Interesting. Ooh, Thief of Sanity. I really hate this card. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of that player's library, exile one of them face down, put the rest into their graveyard. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. I don't have a way to get rid of you. So I guess I will play Deep Cavern Bat. Take something out of his hand. Ooh. He doesn't have the mana for Chupacabra yet. He could top deck it. So I guess I just get rid of the Infernal Grasp for now. Play the Changeling Outcast, and then that's it. If he hits the land, he can Chupacabra. He does not. He's going to draw a card off the Aether Channeler. No, he's going to return Deep Cavern Bat to my hand. That is an odd choice. I can just do it again. I bet he stole one of our lands. Fuck, dude. I needed those lands. Alright, I'm going to sack a permanent. Draw 2 cards. Hit some lands that we needed to hit. I can Deep Cavern Bat. I will once again get rid of Infernal Grasp. Get a swing in for 2. Set our opponent to 17. He finds land number 4. He gets to Chupacabra. Deep Cavern Bat's gonna die. He gets Infernal Grasp back into his hand. We get to double send in the Pest next turn, make him discard his last 2 cards, which is gonna feel great. I'm tired of this dude stealing my shit with Thief of Sanity already. Alright, we're gonna send in the Pest, make him discard. I'm gonna make him send in the Pest, make him discard again. Swing 2, unblockable, set him down to 15. He swings just a Thief of Sanity. I really hate when people use my cards. He's going to cut down one of our Changeling Outcasts using my cut down. Going to cut down one of my Changeling Outcasts using my cut down. Doing that twice in a row is fucking stupid. We're in Jungle Hollow. I'm going to Deep Cavern Bet. Take that last card in your hand. Boom, Hostage Taker. Fuck you. No attacks. Alright. I'm done with that match. All right, we're now 6-2 with the deck. All right, this opening hand looks good. Looks solid. Turn 1, Jungle Hollow. We want to try and save the Riveteer's Overlook for after we get Bletch down. Like 62 cards, which is gross. Stitcher Supplier, not a fan of that. I was playing a mill deck featuring Overlord of the whatever. Don't really want to make him discard with Send in the Pest, but I'm going to. It lets him put something in the graveyard for free. He'll probably thank us for that. Insidious Fungus. Okay. His own Jungle Hollow. Ours looks cooler. He's going to swing the Stitcher Supplier, probably. He doesn't swing it. That's an odd choice. I'm going to play the Bletch here. I am going to swing and gain the life. And then our pass is now a 2/2. He can still block with his Stitcher Supplier if he wants more cards in the graveyard. He says no, he takes 2, he goes down to 19. Weird choice again. Gonna play Jungle Hollow, he's back up to 20. Plays an Enoch Wayfarer. 2-mana 1/1 when it enters mill 3, you may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you don't, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. He milled 0 lands. Milled 2 Paramecia something and a diamond weapon. From here, on the attack, we gain life. I could go into Old Growth. Seems pretty good. We'll swing here, put another +1/+1 counter on our creatures. Go to blockers. He is going to block with Stitcher Supplier now. Ooh, choosing to double block. Do I want to keep my 3/3? Kind of do. I'm going to Witherbloom Charm the Enoch Wayfarer. I want to keep my 3/3 alive. Citrus Supplier is going to die. He's going to mill 3. I'm going to drop a Universal Automaton. He has an Atraxa in his graveyard now. This could be really bad. Turn 4 is where he's already looking at his graveyard. He probably grabs Atraxa here. Zombify, grabs Atraxa. How fun, how original, how creative our opponent is. Super cool. If we don't top deck Sephiroth's Intervention here, we're in a pretty bad spot, I think. Bletch can go up to a 7, to a 7/8. But that requires us attacking with our pest, and then he just uses Atraxa to block the pest, and he gains 7 life. That's not what I was hoping to see. Play the 6/6 Old Growth Educator. No attacks. And even the Educator is not big enough to stop Atraxa. Bro is thinking really, really hard about what to remove. Just kill the Bletch, dude. It is not that hard. All right, he plays a 3/3. Jesus, dude. Why was that so fucking hard for you to think of? Choose a creature you control or reveal a creature card from your hand. This deals damage equal to the power of the creature you chose. Why was that so fucking hard for you to think of? All right. And fuck that match. I'm out. All right. The opponent goes, is this the fucking fourth time in a row that... Oh my god, we lost last turn on the play, or last game on the play? That fucking sucks. We've lost... Oh no, that game didn't count. Damn. All right. Whatever, that's 3 losses in a row. And that fucking sucks dick. Start with turn 1, Changeling Outcast. Next turn, I probably go Universal Automaton and then hold up mana for the cut down. Plays Foulmire Knight. We will just cut that down right meow. There's no way he has a fight spell here. He had a fight spell. Use Bushwhack to make our creatures fight. That is crazy. All right. I'm going to Riveteer's Overlook, grab a forest because we're lacking a green source. And my opponent scoops, I guess. That was a weird one. All right, 7-3. Still need 3 more wins. I would like some good matches, dude. Something that's back and forth, something that feels close. Not something that feels one-sided. That game was boring. Last game was also boring. All that happened is our opponent played in Atraxa. Or didn't even play Atraxa. Recurred in Atraxa. Wow. And then there was just nothing we could do. All right, this opening hand isn't amazing because we don't have a green source. Turn 1 Duress, bro. I'm out of here. Nope. I'll take that loss. I'm not playing that game. One, two, three, four, five. 5 of our last opponents have also been playing black. No, well, not 5 of our last. Our last 5 opponents have also been playing black. Where's the mono green? Where's the mono red? Where's more mono blue? All right, opponent's going first. again for the third game in a row. This is going to be life gain, and I'm going to blow my brains out. Wow, mono white life gain. That's crazy. I hate this game so much. I do. Wow, and a Johnny's welcome. Wow, a cleric class. It's so crazy. Game is stupid. We're gonna cut down the hawk, swing for 1. Next turn, we can bletch. We got another fucking healer's hawk. Yeah, there's no reason for me to sit through this. This one is an NA. It's mono white life gain. It's an NA. Literally no reason to sit through that. Even if I can win, it's not about that. It's just so horrible to play against. I fucking hate it. Come on, Arena. Give me someone good to play against. Give me a good game. Huck Finn, show me something interesting. For the love of God, please. We're going second again. Fuck yeah. 4 games in a row. Feels great. Our opponent's playing 72 cards in his deck for some fucking reason. Shrines. I think we just lose. Shrines are also not interesting. They also require about as much thought as mono white life gain does. We're in a deep cavern bat here. Probably get rid of Greater Oromancy. Swing in for 1, set our opponent to 20. See, even if we win this game, like, I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be satisfied. This game also sucks. We go Bletch here. We swing in with both of these. Our opponent takes 2. We get a life gain trigger. We gotta buff our board. Next turn, we can River Tears Overlook. I'll put another ++1 counter across our board. We'll probably send in the Pest first. Does he have haste? No. Could set up the Old Growth Educator. Yes. Swing everything. Even if our opponent triple blocks, they can't contest Bletch. Go to damage. Opponent takes bunch, they go down to 14. I set up the Old Growth Educator, so now we have a 6/6 blocker. Next turn, I probably send in the Pest, make the 1/1 Pest, and then Riveteer's Overlook. His board is bigger than ours. I can cut down nothing. It's awesome. Send in the Pest. Make our opponent discard one of their last 2 cards. It's a mirror box. Riveteer's Overlook. Gotta put a +1/+1 counter on our board. Bat can swing in the air. Changeling Outcast is unblockable. So we swing just those 2. Connect for 8. Set our opponent down to 7. Make our board bigger. I'm hoping we can just kill him next turn. Thinking if your upkeep, he gains life. Okay. He's gonna gain a life there. Goes up to 8. We still present lethal. And that's a good game. All right. Finally got another win, but like, it's kind of whatever. We're now 8-4 with the deck. Two more wins. All I want are 2 good games. No green mana in sight is concerning. Our opponent's playing with 131 cards in their library. This game hates me for some reason. It really does. Spent so much time playing this game and it just hates me. Alright, we're gonna cast Send in the Pest. Make our opponent discard something. They discard Garrick's Uprising. Swing in for 1, set them back down to 20. Actually, what they gain a life from? Riveteer's Overlook. Play Glowstone Recluse. It is unfortunate for you, because that dies to cut down. Swing in for 2. We gain a life, set our opponent to 18. Could really use some more lands. We do have at least another Send in the Pest that we can cast next turn. That's something. Opponent passes. Okay. We're going to Send in the Pest to make our opponent discard. They discard a Migratory Greathorn. I didn't even think about it, but like I should have known that he was a mutate deck already. Because we already saw the Glowstone Recluse. So what mutate cards have flash? There's like the Octopus, Sea Dasher Octopus, or Pouncing Shore Shark. I don't remember Dirgebat having flash. Well, since he decided to tell me your go, I'm going to take my time to continue thinking. I'm going to swing with only the Changeling Outcast, because even if he does have a mutate creature with flash, which is definitely not going to be the Dirgebat because he doesn't have black mana. Even if he has a flash creature, Changeling Outcast is going to be able to connect for 1 anyway. But now I'm going to wait until the timer at least begins, because he was so impatient. I can keep waiting. We can keep waiting. Carlo can keep waiting. Now, whose name is Carlo? You're missing the S, bro. I have a weird name, so I'm really not one to judge, but still. Wow, look, it was the Sea Dasher Octopus. Exactly like I said it would be. Gem Razor, that'll get to destroy the Universal Automaton. He can swing 4. It's fine. We take 4. Gets to draw a card. Let's see. 4 drop. I can sack a permanent to draw 2. I will. We're going to swing here. We're going to gain 2 life, deal 3 damage, set our opponent down to 14. I'm going to Witherbloom Charm. I'm going to sack something. Sack a pest, draw 2. Get a player land. That's good. We should be able to kill his Gem Razor next turn. I don't think there's any mutate cards that have hexproof on them. You normally have to mutate onto a hexproof body. So Gem Razor should just die next turn. He's going to Circuitous Route. Or Route. Route. He gets 2 lands. He's going to be able to swing 4 at us again. And get another draw from his Gem Razor. He doesn't swing. It's very good for us, actually. Because we're going to Sephiroths. We're going to destroy his Gem Razor. I'm going to play the River Tears Overlook. We're going to go grab a Forest. Swing in 3, gain a life. We go up to 24. Our opponent goes down to 11. I didn't need to hold the Overlook for the life gain, because we should still have our pest to attack with next turn. So that way, when we play the Old Growth Educator, it will come in as a 6/6. He's going to mutate a Dreamtail Heron onto his Druid of the Cowl. I could go for more card draw. I could go Essence Knit Scholar here. Send in the pest, make our opponent discard a card. We can swing in here. He can block the pest, which he does do. He goes down to 9, but because he blocked the pest, we get to draw a card. He's going to mutate his Auspicious Sterix on top of his creature. He gets a Primeval Bounty and a Vibrant Cityscape. Chooses to gain 3 life with his Primeval Bounty. Oh no, it's not a choice. It's just the landfall trigger. You can play Changeling Outcast. Swing both of our Changeling Outcasts. Swing both of our pests. Hold back the Essence Knit Scholar because he's going to block and kill a pest, giving us an additional draw this turn. Goes back down to 12. Play the Old Growth Educator, so now we have a 6/6 with reach to block his 6/6. We draw into a swamp. Definitely not what we wanted to see there. If we could, like, you know, find one of our bletches, that'd be real nice. He's going to mutate again. Auspicious Sterix is up to 3. Gets 2 more lands and a Migratory Greathorn. It's up to 18 life. I think we probably lose this game. If we don't find Bletch, like, literally right now, we lose this game. We're just going to die to Sterix. Or Sterix is just going to provide too much value. It's already back up to 21 life. Alright. I'll just concede. It's fine. You still had like 3 more lands that you could sack. That's 9 more life. There's just no way. Alright, we're 8-5 with the deck. Wait, 8-5. 1, 2. was game 16, 13. I'm missing a game. Fuck, where did I miss a game? Turn 1, Basri, tomorrow's champion. That's cool. I'm gonna cut that down. Scabs, Benicio, Shish, Quiet Extrovert, Simsocracy, Timbear, Ghost Nappa 2009, Scarto, Waldy X, Waldy whatever, Abattoir, Jules, Moonlad, Akleminu, Dozer, Huckfin, and Carlo. Oh, maybe I missed one of our wins. Play Universal Automaton and Changeling Outcast. We played 16 games. This is number 17. I have a record of 8-5, which is 13 games, plus 2 NA. No, oh, there it is. There's a third NA game. Okay, no, we're fine. We are 8-5. I might need to cut down on 1-drops. We might just need more removal in the deck. Let's Deep Cavern Bat steal something from our opponent's hand. Wow, his hand is really expensive. I guess we grab the 5-drop. Set up the Universal Automaton. Swing in with a Changeling Outcast. We need Bletch. If we could just top deck Bletch, we could do a lot. Sephiroth's Intervention, that's not what I was looking for. Play the Jungle Hollow and gain a life. Swing 1 in the air, swing 1 unblockable. Yeah. Set our opponent to 18. See, this opponent, he's playing cool cards. I've never seen anyone use Grasping Giant. I don't know if I've seen this specific Gideon. Steward of Solidarity, no one ever runs this. And Basri is cool. And also not seen super often. Let's go to combat, swing, bat, changeling, outcast, gain a life, and drop the Old Growth Educator, 6/6 big boy. End the turn. I'm gonna hold the River Tears Overlook just in case we happen to find Bletch. He's gonna exert this to make another 1/1. Can play Grasping Giant. 6 mana, 5/7 vigilance. Whenever this creature becomes blocked by a creature, exile that creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. Play Jungle Hollow. We're going to Sephiroth's Intervention, the Grasping Giant. We'll die. We gain 2 life, go up to 25. I'll swing with our 6/6 and our 2 1/1s that he can't stop. He goes down to 8. Gideon, I think, only becomes a 5/5. +2 until end of turn. Gideon becomes a 5/5 white soldier creature that's still a planeswalker. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to him this turn. Whenever you attack with 2 or more non-Gideon creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures. Okay. He's gonna play the Gideon. He's gonna plus it. Becomes a 5/5. Swings. You don't have to swing with the Gideon. We get to block one of the 2/2s that'll die. We take 2, we go down to 24. Swing everything. He has to block the 6/6 here or he dies. All right. That is game win number 9. We are only 1 away. Hopefully this is the final game. I would like to wrap this up. I kind of have to pee again. All right, Jonathan XD. You're going first, and I have to mulligan down to 6. Feels horrible. I'm gonna throw back a land, which is greedy. And he's playing like 100-something cards. Man, why are all my opponents so weird? The last guy was cool, playing something interesting. Turn 2, let's Deep Cavern Bat, see what my opponent's up to. He's playing a bunch of big boys. Okay, don't need that. Let's get rid of this Hydra. He has a fight spell, but that's only useful if he has a dinosaur on board. Or just a creature on board, which he does not have. Kind of want to use Bat again, but he doesn't have enough mana to cast a charging Monstrosaur. We're going to make some pests. We're going to swing in for 1. Gain a life, we go up to 21, he goes to 19. He's leveled up the Innkeeper's Talent. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many instead. I think we can destroy that, right? Destroy target non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Yeah, let's just ruin his whole day. We're going to Witherbloom Charm. We're going to get rid of the Innkeeper's Talent. I'm going to Bat. I'm going to look at his hand, and I'm going to take his 5-drop Dino. Take the charging Monstrosaur. Swing in for 3, set our opponent to 16. He is not having a good time right now. Player land, swing in for another 4. Pass. If he plays any creature, I kill it. Get to play Essence Knit Scholar here. Swing in for another 4. Our opponent goes down to 8. Gonna play Buster Sword. And I think that's just game. All right. Well, Deep Cavern Bat won us that match. We took his only 2 creatures that he could have played. And that's game win number 10. All right, that was quick. That was a quick one. I'll take it. Well, out of all the games that we did actually play, we went 10-5, which is a 67% win rate. It's pretty good. We did have 3 additional, technically we had 3 additional losses, but those were not games that we actually played. There was 3 matches against Mono White Life Gain that we just did not play. I think game 1 that we played was against Mono White Life Gain, wasn't it? With a cat deck. Was it a mixture of cats and rabbits? Yes. Yeah, it had the Erebos, Johnny's Pride Mates, and the Hera Parents. Yeah, that was a Mono White Life Gain deck. And we did play out that entire match, and we did win. But that's not the point. It's not about whether or not we can beat Mono White Life Gain. It's just that I don't like playing it. So I don't. All right, well, that is going to wrap up this stream. Made a deck. We got the 10 wins that we needed. It is already 11:30 because I got a very late start today. Would I make changes to the deck? I think so. I don't know how I feel about the universal automatons. I definitely don't know how I feel about running all 4 of them. It might be better as a 2 of. Maybe I go down to 2 universal automatons and then go up to like 3rd Essence Knit Scholar, 3rd Witherbloom Charm, or maybe 3rd Pest Summoning, 3rd Essence Knit Scholar. Universal Automaton, it can probably be lowered Again, we have so many tap lands that on turn 1, we're not really expecting to play something. I think 6 1-drop creatures is probably enough to buff with Bletch. And then Scholar's just good. Probably should just have more Scholars in the deck. Yeah. I am out of uncommon wild cards. Okay, well, I would say if you're going to copy this deck... Damn. No, let's go to the store. I'm going to post the deck on Moxfield. I want to have everything. What do I need? 10 packs. It should be fine. Hopefully we just get the Scholar. Got an Old Growth Educator. Mind Roots. Target player discards 2 cards, put up to 1 land card discarded this way onto the battlefield tapped under your control. That one's cool. Very rude. Very, very rude. But cool. We did not get what we were looking for. Okay, that's fine. But we have, what, 4 uncommon wild cards? It's good. So yeah, I would say Pest Tribal. Cut out 2 Universal Automatons. Definitely go up at least 1 Essence Knit Scholar. Go up to 3. Question is, do I want a 3rd Witherbloom Charm or do I just want a 3rd Pest Summoning? I think 3rd Pest Summoning is fine. Essence Knit Scholar is really good. Do I just go up to 4 of those? It's the same mana cost as Pest Summoning. Yeah. No, I think you just want the 4th Essence Knit Scholar. This is 3 mana. You get 2 1/1 pests. This is 3 mana. You get a 3/1 body that can draw you cards, and you get a pest. Yeah, I should have just been running a full playset of that. I didn't want to because I thought it was a lot of 3-drops, and it still is. This is 10 3-drops. Our curve looks crazy. We have 10 1-drops, 10 2-drops, 10 3-drops, and then 6 4-drops. And then what's our ratio? Like almost 100% of the cards in our deck have black. I think the only exception is the 2 Universal Automatons. Yeah. And 44% has green. So yeah, 6 forests, 12 swamps. Still fine. You definitely want the 4 Riveteers Overlook. So that way you get the guaranteed life gain trigger when Bletch is out. And you don't get screwed by the Jungle Hollow as often. Which did happen to us. Let's do one bonus game. Just one. Just one bonus game to see if the 3 copies of the Essence Knit Scholar is the move. It probably is the move, and I probably should have just had it this way from the start. One and done, win or lose. After this, we're done with the stream. I still need to go pee. All right, this opening hand, we can work with it. Depends if I want to be greedy on turn 1. Do I want to be greedy on turn 1? I could go Swamp into Changeling Outcast. I'm not going to. We're going to go Riveteers Overlook. We're going to grab our Forest right now. Next turn, we can go Universal Automaton alongside the Changeling Outcast. And that gives us 2 turns to hopefully draw an additional land. But look at this. This is a lot of 3-drops in our hand. Ooh, we could go Deep Cavern Bat, but I won't. I'll go Changeling and Changeling. Pass. We have a 42% chance to top deck a land here. Show me the land. Meritus of Conflict. We hit the land. Sick. See, 2-mana 2/2 first strike. Whenever you cast your 3rd spell each turn, this creature becomes prepared, and the prepared, you get a lightning bolt. So we have no way to gain life right now. So I set up the Essence Knit Scholar. That way we get the Pest that gains life on attack. And swing Changeling Outcast because he can't block it. Opponent takes 1, goes to 19. Next turn, we can get down Bletch, swing the Pest, but +1/+1 counter on at least 3 of our creatures. Opponent plays Rutha. Beginning of combat on your turn, if you cast an instant sorcery spell this turn, create an XX blue and red elemental creature token flying in haste, where X is the greatest mana value among instant sorcery spells you've cast this turn. Okay, how greedy do I want to be? I can be very greedy here. I'm gonna go Changeling Outcast into Deep Cavern Bat and then grab whatever instant or sorcery he's looking to cast next turn. The Ashling's Command? No. Kindred Instant, Elemental. Choose a token, create a token that's a copy of target elemental you control. Are you an elemental? None of these are elementals. Or draw 2 or deal 2 damage to each creature. Oh, can't let you do that. Draw 3, discard 2, add 4. Damn. All of those are good cards. Swing 1, set our opponent to 18. The only card that I didn't care about was Quandrix. He doesn't even have enough mana to cast it. I guess he doesn't have enough mana to cast this 6-drop either. I took the 5-drop. That was the right call. Okay, I grabbed the right card. I'm gonna go cast Growth Curve, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on a creature. Okay. Makes it 2/2. We take 2. Go down to 19. I'm gonna play Bletch. Swing that 1/1 and our Changelings. Get a life gain trigger. Our board becomes bigger. We're gonna take at least 4 damage here. And then we are going to get a draw from the Essence Knit Scholar. Opponent goes down to 14. We get our draw. Okay. Opponent played Berta, Wise Extrapolator. 4 mana, 1/4 increment. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Bertha, add 1 mana. All right, whatever. Ooh, that's a great draw. We're going to Pest Summoning, create 2 more pests. Drop the Riveteer's Overlook. That'll be a life gain trigger for our board. We'll grab a second force. Board becomes big. If I swing Deep Cavern Bat, does that put us within lethal range? Changeling Outcast, that's 6. If I swing Deep Cavern Bat, our opponent takes 6. He goes down to 8, I believe. I think this puts us within lethal range. Because he's going to use the Dragon Sniper to block the Deep Cavern Bat. We get to gain another life. Our Changeling Outcasts become 4/4s, so we are just presenting lethal for next turn. And we get an additional draw. Our Changeling Outcasts alone present lethal. And if he top decked a land, he did not. Ooh. I was gonna say, if he top decked a land, he'd be able to cast his Ashling's Command, which could deal 2 damage to each creature target player controls. But the 2 damage would not have been enough to wipe out our Changeling Outcast. I think it was the right call. Oh, Bertha is doing something, is providing mana. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Bertha, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so now he can cast what? Rapturous Moment? No, the Ashling's Command. Yep. He dealt 2 damage across our board. It only killed 1 thing. That's just game over. It's GG. He gets to make a 5/5 Flying Haste Elemental. He can swing out here and, like, it's just fine. Jungle Hollow. More life gain. Just to rub it in a little bit. Swing Changeling Outcasts. Both of them are 5/5s. Should be 10 unblockable damage. That is a good game. Our opponent was running a cool deck. I respect them. We got lucky that they missed out on some land drops. That definitely helped us. All right, that felt good. And you know what? This Essence Knit Scholar, it put in work. And it probably would not have been seen in that match if we had not upped the amount by 2 copies. that was good. I think that is the right way the deck should be played. All right, so this is the deck list that I'm going to put into the description. This is what I'm going to put on the box field. Do I have a better name than Pest Tribal? I don't think so. And you know what? I got to pee, so I can't think of anything else right now. Thank you guys for joining. I hope to see you guys in the YouTube video and in the future.